Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. And this is my updated equipment video now that I am actually 2m-2m range clean. And I'm pretty sure lots of people are really curious of what it looks like, so I decided to make a fully updated video with everything now that everything has come to fruition and you guys can finally see all my gear and what it took to get the 2m-2m. And I'm actually 2m-2m clean even without this buff, so I'm gonna have to actually reset that real quick. Let me take it off, put it back on. Where are you at? There you are. 2m-2m clean. It's nice to look at. I'm really happy we finally got there. We also got to 220, which I'm also very happy about. This probably wouldn't be possible without the new hyperstat system. But first, let's go into this, the actual equipment itself. We'll go into this a little bit after that. So, totems are the same. Hunting dog totem, not the best totems in the game, but there's something. And my LGR, still not finished. A lot of my gear isn't finished, but with everything and how the game is now, and with the hyperstat system and the little tweaks I did, I was able to get 2m-2m range pretty easily actually within like a month. I was being really slow trying to pretty much get there the most efficiently way. the most efficient way there, the most efficient possible way, I should say. So without spending the least amount of money, with getting the best deals I can get. So it went pretty smooth. It was pretty cheap. And so this is my LGR. 9% strength, 2% all stat. Not the best, but it was something. It's mostly there for the buff and because I really enjoy it. And I'm really happy. Also, I'm really happy because like I was able to build my character the way I wanted to with all the equipments I dreamt of having when I first kind of imagined it, which is kind of like 2 months ago when I first started funding this. And this ring was amazing because I kind of just cubed it on the whim and got 21% strength, and I prime scrolled it. It's really nice. It's a horrible cursed ring, but it's nice. It's primed, and people will say, why you prime? But you know, like I said early on, my goal was all stats. Reinforced ring, 18% strength, plus 10 strength on bonus pot. It's just a regular advanced Golix scrolled. Superior ring, also again regular advanced Golix scrolls, and it has 21% strength on main pot, 10 attack, 2% strength neb. Hunting dog collar. I will eventually get something better. This is just what I have now to get to 2m, which I'm really proud about. Perfected Golix, Superior Golix pendant, a 9% strength, 20% meso. If only it was reboot, right? No, I'm just kidding. Regular advanced scrolls for Golix. Same thing with this one. 15% strength though. I'm really happy because I was able to finish these on my own. So I'm really proud of these and my solid ring and everything else. My 15%ed knuckle, 12 attack, 20 boss, 6 all stat. I actually rolled a really good potential, but I was being really dumb at the time, and this knuckle would have been pretty much done on the main pot. But hopefully I'll be able to get that soon, which was pretty much 30% boss, 40% I think ignore defense, and 12 attack, which is pretty much the same thing, just 10 more boss and 40 PDR or ignore defense. And here's my tyrant belt. I was actually able to 7-star on my tyrants, so that's something I'm really happy about. 50% strength on main pot. These are primed. Like I said, I was going for main stat. It just looks cleaner. Pretty much with my goal was to have the cleanest set possible. And you know, percent attack looks nice, and having percent attack like crazy is nice, but I kind of wanted to have a more balanced build because people who usually have tons of attack usually lack in lots of other ways. They'll have really low main stat, but they're hitting really high. I wanted to be more balanced out, still have a ton of main stat, but still have the attack to do everything else. So everything's more balanced out. You have the good of everything, but it's really up to you. So yeah, I was really lucky with the bonus pot on this. I got 5% strength, and I was like, you know what, bonus potential is kind of a bitch. I really don't want to mess with it. If I get anything strength wise, I'm gonna keep it. So 20% strength overall percent. It's really nice. Hat, 12% strength. I got Mystic Door just for training purposes, but I'm done training now that I'm 220, which is my other goal. Might go to 230, but for now, this is way more. I'm satisfied with 220. It was horrible, and yeah, I don't macro or bot or anything. I manually sit there and train, and it's fucking horrific. Even with all the stacking I do. Wink, wink to all the botters out there. Just kidding. 24% Sweetwater Tattoo. I actually bought this in the FM. It was really cheap. I think it was like, I don't remember, but it was less than $3. It was really cheap. This is just 30%ed. This is still the original glass I've had. I haven't replaced it yet. I will replace it someday, but for now, it's good enough. 11% strength. I think 30% passes. Not really sure. This CRA 15% strength with the 2%. I mean, with the negative 2 seconds abnormal status duration. That neb is fucking amazing. I used to have the hardest time in Von Bon. Von Bon is like the easiest CRA boss in the whole thing, but for some reason, I guess it's my reaction time or my me anticipating his movements makes me fuck up more than I should. So I'm like, you know, he's about to jump, and I'm like, oh, he's about to jump, and I'm like, I jump prior to him jumping, and then he jumps after I jump. I land, and he lands, and then I'm dead, and I'm like, oh my god, I saw that coming. Why did I do that? So I don't know. And it also stuns you, and then he jumps, but the stun takes off 2 seconds. I mean, this neb takes off 2 seconds off that stun and everything else. So 2 seconds is a lot. You wouldn't think about it, but once you get to that point and you start bossing like that, it's a lot. Definite lifesaver. 15%, I mean 12% pants, 30%. Spell trace, by the way. All my CRA spell traced, and so is my knuckle. Boots, prime scrolled, 12% attack. What is there to say? It's really clean. I like it a lot. Got the attack from the two stars, the 6th and 7th star. My Gollix earrings perfected, scrolled at least. Advanced Gollix scrolls, 9% attack. I mean 9% strength. Really happy with it. Eventually, I'll get everything to 15% strength. My black tinker shoulder. I'm really proud of this shoulder. Like really proud. I'm really happy about it. This is something I really wanted. You know, for lots of people, it was, you know, LGRs and getting a Tyrant build or getting Tyrant gloves. That was like the thing that they wanted, right? That was like, oh, this is something I really want. But for me, it was the Tinker's black shoulder. I don't know why. I just think it's because it's rare and not a lot of people have it. And also I'm really proud of it because I only paid like $8 for it or something like that, $7 or $8 for it, and everyone else is buying theirs for like $18, twice, 3 times as much as mine. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Legit cost me so cheap, especially with the way the market is right now. It's super cheap, especially if you're a merchant like I am. And yeah, I got 9% strength, or I guess all stat, but still really proud of this. It's just 30%ed, but still really nice. Got these gloves. These Tyrant gloves, I got a long time ago when they were really expensive at the time. But at least I got 15% strength altogether on the main stat, and I got 4% strength and 2% dex on my bonus pot. Decent sharp eyes. Maybe one day I'll be able to get enough strength on the bottom to negate the other stats on top, because I would really love to have speed infusion on gloves. I hate switching, which is why I don't have a second pair of gloves, but I'm a shade. I really would like a second pair. I have a Lotus droid, Orchid droid. Nothing too fancy there. I just really like Orchid a lot. Big fan. This is the Heroes Emblem. It just came out recently during the Aaron and Evan reboot, like revamp, I should say. Level 100, which is amazing because now you end up being in the next tier of levels. I mean, of potentials. And I actually rolled a 15% attack on it, which is amazing, which is my goal, which is kind of random. I just got a random Maestro Cube, got 15% strength, which is awesome. And during Miracle Time, I bonus spotted it and actually got the double Miracle Time blessing thing, and got 9 attack and 9 all stat, which is amazing. Maybe one day I'll try to redo it and get attack on everything, but I am more than satisfied with this. Emblem, I mean, badge is still the same. Didn't really do much, so I think I re-scrolled it just to get 3 extra attack, which is but hey, it's something. I have the Mysterious Through Time badge. I mean, yeah, fucking medal, but it's good. I mean, it's the best medal I could find that's free, at least, and current. I mean, it's no Black Swordsman or anything like that, or the World's Strongest. I mean, Humanity's Strongest. There hasn't been any event that gives a crazy medal in a while, so pretty happy about that. Golden Fox Marble, bought this off of Yaxine, forgot his name. Love and Bath, a long time ago, a while back. And at the time, I thought it was amazing. I mean, I think it's a deal. It was like, I don't know, equivalent to 5 bill at the time, which is a fucking steal, I think. And I think he just didn't get rid of it. I'm pretty sure he has something way more amazing, but this, it was actually like perfect. It was kind of like a Lego piece or a puzzle piece. It kind of just fit right in. It filled in everything that I didn't have. When I had like envisioned my shade, this is kind of how I envisioned it, which was like having one item, which is my sub, like this, that has everything else that my weapon and emblem wouldn't have, which is my boss attack, my ignore defense, my crit rate, and a little bit of attack. So I was happy when I saw it. I was like, okay, this is the dream. Now I can focus on attack on my emblem, and I can focus on some of the other stuff on my weapon, which I'm really happy about. That way you get these nice balanced out stats, which I'll go over in a bit. Tyrant Cloak, still 70%ed, 7 attack. 7 starred. Gives you that little bit of extra attack. And I got 9% strength on it, 6% dex. This heart, this is the heart I made recently. It is a superior Ladium heart. I used evolution scrolls on it. You can only get those through Marvel, and those give you 8 attack per scroll. And so it's kind of like, I guess, priming, but cheap priming. Really up to you. It's debatable what you want to do with it, but for me it was worth it. I didn't want to prime a heart. It's nice, but I don't think it's worth it unless you're gonna use like if you're gonna go all out priming. I think you would wanna get something like an outlaw heart or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all this gear. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Really like looking at it, and just like it's kind of like an achievement of progression through all your stuff, progression through all the things you went through and the time you put into it, because I made all of these except for these 2 rings. So I'm really happy about that. And this, so through majority of my stuff I made myself, which I'm really happy about, and I get to see my shade grow, which 2 months ago wasn't even like 300k range. So I'm really happy. This game is all about progression and community, and getting to 2m-2m range really showed that to me, because without my friends in this game I wouldn't be able to do it at all. Without the advice of other friends that I have in my guildies, I wouldn't be able to get here the way I was with such ease. It was so easy, oh hey, you need a unique scroll, I got you, man. Or like, hey, you want to work this hard out, what do you want to do with your heart? This is what I recommend. It's cheaper this way, it's cheaper that way. They're gonna tell you ways they've done it, or other people have done it. It's always nice to always be opened up and talk to other people. Don't be closed-minded, be open-minded, and look at your options, because most of the time your friends or the people in game You know, some people will know more than you, and it's always nice to have that advice. So be open-minded. Don't let one person's opinion sway how your thoughts go, pretty much. Because someone can tell you need tyrants, you need an LGR, you need a black shoulder. I could have told you all this stuff, but matter of fact, you don't need any of that stuff. You could get 2 mil range with just some of the boss sets, which is like the black shoulder, just Nova Cape, or not even a Nova Cape, Ravenhorn Cape, which is the Empress set. There's lots of ways of getting there. It just really depends on how you want to get there. There is not one definite way of getting there, and that's kind of how you get to look at it. So for the stats, 2m range, obviously. If I buff up all the way, it's not going to change anything, but it will change my other stats, which kind of matter, which is my boss attack and my crit rate. My final crit rate is 96. I can actually get this higher. I've just been too lazy to do link skills. PDR 92, max crit 99, boss attack 324. I guess crit rate. Eventually I'll get attack speed +1 on this, but this crit rate is too good to give up for now. And I guess we can do a damage test. We can go to Ranmaru after my buffs reset. So we can go do that in a bit. So I guess we can keep talking about the hyperstat system, just in case, because I guess some people don't really understand this all that well, and this will make a huge difference. If I had to give any advice, it would be this. So the hyperstat system was introduced, or I guess put into the game not too long ago, maybe not even 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, because I stopped playing this game for a little bit. I was still AFK in the game, but I stopped playing it for a while because of work reasons, and then I finally got some time, and when I got back, this was implemented into the game, and I was like, "Well, what is this?" And at first, I put it all in my strength and my dex, but this system is amazing. It adds so much per level. So what this adds an extra boost to your stats already, and pretty much the first thing you want to go for is damage. You can see that damage. That's 30% damage just on level 10 alone. So every level you get a significant amount of percent. So 30% damage is a lot. That's a ton. That's 300k range if you're 1 mil range. That's 600k range if you're 2 mil range. That's how much range this adds to me, or a little bit more than that. So the first thing you want to do is damage. Forget about strength, forget about dex, go straight to damage, go to boss damage, and then from boss damage go to ignore defense, depending on what your PDR is already. Crit and max crit. Critical chance, main crit, max crit, depending on what your situation is. For me, I'm a shade, so if you didn't know, shades start off with the lowest amount of crit for some reason, and at least for a long time they did. I think there was like 5, and then once you max out, you're like 15% critical rate. It depends. That's another way to get around that, so you don't have to start using that adventure ring, which gives you 15% crit, which is what I was using for the longest time, which is this here. You get it from events. I got mine from, this is the wrong one, or do I not have it anymore? I have it somewhere, but it looks just like this. The only difference is it'll have a little extra tab that'll say 15% critical chance. So yeah, before then you can only get to like 45 crit alone. So with everything, so with this system and this, you can, and your inner ability, you can get a pretty significant amount of crit rate without having to sacrifice some of your gear. So heads up. I guess we can, now that my skills are on reset already, we can actually go and test out our damage at Ranmaru. Let's go talk to this guy, Madman, so we can see more of the damage. I like to buff out outside for some reason. Alright. Sorry, Jin. Gotta kick you. I'm not gonna use what's that thing called? Heroes Echo. I mean Echo. Just cause. See, oh my god, all the caps in the world. The things that I'm not capping with, it's cause that's my Moonbeam attacking. See, damage cap. Given that Ranmaru doesn't have any damage, like I should say, oh, we got a cube. Nice. Given that Ranmaru doesn't have elemental resistance, which elemental resistance is something that a lot of bosses have, which is would halve their damage. Like if you go to Gila or Golix, they have 50% elemental resistance, so physical attacks and things like that get divided by half, so they're resistant to 50% of your damage. So that's the reason if you go to Golix, I would be doing 25, 30 mils on him, right? Or something like that. I do 30 mils on Golix, on Helix, and in turn would do the same on Gila. And then you subtract some PDR from that. But even then it's still halved, which is a significant amount. And Ranmaru doesn't have that, so it's nice. So you can kind of see all your damage. So I guess we can go back to town, back to the HQ, and call it a video. Let's go back. And here we are. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following me, and thank you for the comments. And I wish I had started doing this a lot earlier from level 1, but I will be able to do that with my DB, and I'll be able to do that with my 0. So hopefully soon those will be done. It'll take some time, but I'll make sure to record everything. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.